Good morning, everyone. I am OracleUnicorn, and welcome to Shaman Messages. Please keep in mind this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Put some things in your back pocket. You never know, you might need it for later. Don't forget to check your zodiacs on my Facebook page, OracleUnicorn, #OracleUnicorn. Alright, so I have the zodiacs coming up soon, so I'm starting them on the 18th. And so far, the layout I have is Cancer, Libra, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aries, Leo. And then the week after that will be Aquarius, Virgo, Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, then Gemini. Okay, so next week, and it starts off on the 18th, Cancer, Libra, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aries, and Leo is next week. All right. So what do we have for my dear collectives today? And I took a me day on the 13th. I was going to do a collective. I was going to do it in the evening time too. And then all day yesterday, I was just kind of like in my own element, enjoying my time. And I was like, wow, I don't think I'm going to be doing a video because I'm enjoying my time right now. And with not very much. I didn't do much of drawing either, so I don't know. Maybe I did a little bit. I think I did a little bit of drawing. Especially this one that I'm doing. It just completely jumped in front of my Pachamama drawing I was doing. So it's just like, oh, cool, you know. I started that. Everything that I did on that one, which is in the beginning of this, like the picture shot in the beginning of this video. That one, I literally did all of that in like 2.5 days. It's pretty much just sitting there all day and drawing to music. I must have had a lot to express out of my inner self. So yeah, it's so pretty. I loved it. I don't know, I started doing the snake and it just it like made my heart glow, and I was just sitting there with the music swinging back and forth to the snake, and then I was just like, how can I just not keep going? I was like, I just needed to keep going. It was just so, it's so beautiful. Oh, I just want to show it some more. So I am. And then that's the black apple I noticed on Facebook, and they actually taste really, really sweet. And it says falling in love. So yeah. Just like that snake was just so hypnotizing. I was just like, I love it. Alright, so we're going to get back to y'all's reading. So I'm going to just start putting my drawings in the beginning, because I have, in the description, I have where you can, like, you know, message me if you would like a poster of one of my drawings. So while I'm basically building them up to make my own oracle deck of my art. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing that instead of just putting other people's drawings up or art up on as the picture. I'm gonna just start doing mine now. Like, it just made more sense to me. I was like, why am I putting all of this other stuff up and I'm not putting my own art up? Come on now. I actually remember doing something like that to my sister. I was like, she decorated this dresser that we've had since we were kids. And she put a bunch of news or just like magazine stuff that she liked, and just kind of glue it to the dresser. And I was like, I don't want to see other people's art. I mean, it was cool. It was like art stuff, but I was like, I don't want to see other people's art. I want to see your art. So I actually ended up taking it all off the dresser. She was very mad at me about that. I felt bad afterwards, but it was definitely not out of a malice intent. I remember when I was younger, like, oh, well, I just kind of wanted to remove it for her, so to give her more initiative to want. And no, that did not work out such a way. I was like, oh. Then I started to feel bad, and then I just started to paint it myself. And I was just like, well, I don't know how to correct this. I was like, all right. All right, so this initiation card keeps... Is my whole deck upside down? It is. This initiation card keeps coming up. And that's interesting because my drawing I'm still working on finishing, which is my Pachamama. It also says initiation. So there is a really big surprise going on here. For some of you, this is definitely union, a surprising union of the heart, I would say, definitely of the heart. Keep your mind clear as you feel the energy coming towards you, for sure. And some of you, this is a new start with someone new, in a way that you have went into completion. Okay, so we do have this conscious awareness and taking sanctuary time for yourself, which is really good. That was really amazing because I did too. So the blue really is amazing. Okay, anyway, y'all, I can be so all about me sometimes, can I? I don't know, that me time I took just really gave a lot of cleansing. I really liked it, really enjoyed it. And then we have for the next card after I'm talking about that is the right use of power, accountability, and leadership in one's responsibility in themselves. That's definitely what I would say. It's really, really beautiful. And then completion in one area and entering into your higher self. Okay, so there is a new direction basically being revealed, or the direction you've been waiting for. Some of you have been feeling the energy of this new direction, and you've been waiting for basically the wall to come down in this direction. And you're bridging the disowning energy of yourself. What areas would be considering self-disowning or self-rejection type of energy, possibly when it comes to other people, communication with other people? This self-rejection was a very big wall for you, okay? Yeah. So there's a clearing, and there's like this happy surprise tied to this self-rejection. So, this is also, some of you, it's like it's going to come out of nowhere, like some sort of happy surprise is going to come out of nowhere. And some of you, this is taking that courage to that next step, being able to walk through that doorway, really coming out of self-rejection and into this full harmonizing, breakdown of this wall with the self, the conscious and the unconscious self. I feel, because you have there's a disconnect and a reconnect tied to this, but you're bridging the self. I see here the realization with the sun, so things being illuminated when it comes to the bridging of the self, or really going through the doorway into the illumination, the ignition of the self into your higher calling. So that's really big. There is very strong, powerful harmonizing and balancing out in one's thoughts. So that is a very good achievement. Okay, that is very big. This is really, nurturing whatever harsh thinking you had, or still kind of are working through. Especially when it comes to disowning of the self or self-rejection with possibilities, or when it comes to one's power to be able to create something or to be able to persevere through a specific direction, into a specific direction. That's that elephant drawing that I've been working on, and that's perseverance, that's dedication, that's the initiation through the perseverance and dedication into the falling in love. That is also the union in yourself. This is why I'm making these cards, okay? I kind of want a deck like this, my shaman deck with that huge understanding of, what this pulls, the balance and the self. Look at that, this wandering in between realms, but this is also that in between the realms, when it comes to your conscious self and your higher and your higher subconscious type of energy going on into the through. I mean, like, you got the completion, a closing door, but also the higher calling, obstacles, and the wall being taken down. And underneath that, you got the Father Gateway. So this is a very big step, okay? This is possibly quite fearful, but the real message in today's reading, I feel, is allowing that nurturement in your alone time, in that sanctuary, and conscious awareness with yourself, and this thinking, okay? So there's a lot of healing in morning in Five of Cups energy, this morning energy, okay? So, and with the balancing of between realms, I feel this is with your everyday existence and also your spiritual realm within yourself. But this is also your balancing in between the realms of yourself when it comes to the harsher aspects of personality qualities that you have that helps you with your boundaries, and the nurturing qualities. So for you masculines that have been heavily into masculine energy, you've probably been noticed you're too much in your masculine energy, and you are now allowing that feminine nurturing energy to really embrace. And like I'm seeing flowers like abundantly opening. um, so that was your wall here, was to allow that feminine nurturing part of you. And it was very scary for a lot of you because it resonated emotionally in some very deep waters. But then after going through this and breaking through your own wall and this self-rejection, or this, this part of yourself, this watery, very sensitive part of yourself, you're allowing to come out, because we do have this liberation here. And behind liberation, that's this fool's embrace and transmutating the pain that has kept you basically locked away. Like this very loving, giving child that freely loves. Especially what I'm saying, if you're an earth sign, you have really locked this part away, of this part of yourself away. And it was great. It was strongly for, your own protection. But now it's not. Now it's hindering you. Now it's holding you back from building this transmutation of your own pain into liberation of yourself, And with having this whale song, the resonating of the deep waters, and this is fated, the fate card is behind that. So, this is the fated direction in, your higher calling, taking accountability and responsibilities of yourself over what you feel obligation to. But for your own self-love and standing grounds for yourself. So there are some things that maybe you felt was an obligation, is also your own sense of responsibility, but you're taking your own livelihood into account too now, whereas you used to not. Everything and everyone else was above what you wanted to do within your own life. That is extremely changing, and it's for the good. It's definitely for the better. It's going to cause a lot of tower moments, I feel, for mainly earth water. However it is, it doesn't matter if you're water earth water. If you are both those energies, you are going to be creating hello tower moments, okay? Ease yourself through this. This is exactly why you went through a lot of emotional balancing, because this was going to start to happen. It was just waiting for you to be ready, to be willing to open up to it. If you weren't going to open up to it, it would have deteriorated your liberation. You would have been liberated in more than likely other areas in your life, but this is definitely quite different. This is really opening up yourself into this initiation of this emotional well-being and balancing, okay? And a lot of these harmful thoughts too. And clearing your mind of this, this disowned self, the balancing between this initiation or this invitation to take action to your door. Your door is being opened because you are allowing that block to come down. It's almost like that door has been opened, but you built a wall to be like, yeah, no, that's not a door. Self, no, we're not going down that road until you yourself, that rejection of the self, was ready to be like, okay, now I'm emotionally balanced enough in your own strength of your bubble with your boundaries here. Okay, this is why I feel like you have the deep whale song, especially if you have some serious water in your chart. Okay, this was very needed to happen. And if you are, I dare I say, a Virgo with water in your chart, this was one of the hardest things for y'all to go through, because of the fact that, okay, Virgos are funny. Virgos, they're very, very deeply emotionally connected and sensitive. They just don't talk about it. They're smart enough to be like, yeah, you're not going to use that against me. They're the ones that plan because they want that stability, that family dynamic. Even if you're not much of a family person, you probably really love you probably have been through some emotional torment or healing involving sex, more than likely. So that's loving love. It just wasn't mature enough to hit on a relationship level, and now it is. And so you're not going to be able to look at it that way anymore, and you're going to possibly yearn for this emotional liberation and being able to feel and feel like you're really gonna want to feel. Once this opens up, this is why you are afraid. Okay, because once you allow this to happen and you go, okay, go ahead, but we know what could happen out of this. Well, now you're gonna have to learn that lesson of giving that trust. And knowing what you know now, and you know what not to do, but you know what you can extend without it being detrimentally ripping of the self, okay? So, I love y'all, Virgos. But, yeah, this is going to be very hard. This is going to be... feel like it's going to be ripping you apart right now, but like it's nothing compared to if you keep suppressing it. It's nothing compared to possibly what you've done in the past, where you have allowed yourself to completely unflower. Almost like why it's interesting, because in this drawing I put the blue rose, and that's for that, that pure innocent love, where you have, you're giving of your love with your heart on your sleeve, and the other person is doing the same, and you can give that mutual respect there and that mutual trust there. Okay, so that's where we got this blue, and the blue rose means it's an unattainable, it's an impossible love. And that's what we actually look at this as. It's impossible. There's something going to be wrong some way down the line. There's some illusion here, So this is why I drew this, because it is attainable. And the funny thing is, before I started really, the second flower I did here was the black lotus flower. And I was just looking online for a lotus flower. And I realized there were black lotus flowers. And I'm not sure is what the full meaning is to it yet. I just felt that need to draw that, and not a regular lotus, to draw the black lotus, okay? And a lot of these rarities are very beautiful. They have a lot of significant meaning. And to put this into this drawing, it just emphasizes that much more about bridging the self and the disowned self here, okay? Because when it comes to the disowned self, we tend to feel or believe that this is not possible. This is not attainable. And that black lotus flower just, that sit right there with that kind of symbolic meaning, because that was rare. I ain't never heard of a black lotus flower, and apparently it's real. So it just fit right there with it. It's something rare. And then a few days before that, I noticed, it was like I saw all these memes, one right after another, just to draw this drawing. It was so cool. The black apple, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know there was a black apple, and it's so sweet, but yet it's terrifying because of that, Snow White image of, or what was it? It wasn't even Snow White. Was it Snow White? No, I think it was Sleeping Beauty. It was Sleeping Beauty. She takes the apple and then she falls into her deep sleep, and then the Prince Charming comes and wakes her up. And it's almost like a lot of feminines, I feel, are kind of on the flip side of that. Like they're in this twin flame journey, and then they're making this apple for their masculines, and their masculines like, oh no, that's a poison apple. I know what that is. And it's like, no, it's sweet, it's wonderful, it's rare. Yeah, it's not ideal, but it is. It's not tardy. It's, the green one looks amazing, it looks bright, but it can be very it have a sour taste to it, and this is, from what it expressed to me, is very sweet, and it's rare. I love the rarities in here. And then I have the poison flowers. So the reason for the poison flowers is because there is an element which is tied to a lot of sorcery. So it's like, to me, the reason why I put sorcery up here is because it's almost that true love is almost like sorcery to me. It's scary, it's dark, there's a lot of shape-shifting, changing going on, digging the inner selves, going through certain pains, and that's also what plants do. They, especially healing plants, they help you to get through the nasty gunk. They let you know that this is part of the process. And that's why I like my Pachamama one. That one is Amazonian kind of plant spirit there. I have the Virus, the Virus leaves. That's what's all in the background, and then the vines. And there's some things I didn't quite put in there, but that's basically that energy that brought into that. And to me, it was just important to really bring in the healing, the joy, the communication of these plants, and because it really helps us with digging into the deepest, darkest cores of ourselves and illuminate. The plants, they have this mind-altering type of change to it, and so that's like you yourself. You have all this poison, but it's when you accept it for what it is and love it without having some sort of disowning of the self. I don't like this about myself, but you own it, and then you're like, okay, well, I can do this with it, and make it work with me. Having yourself work with yourself. And so I feel like that's what these flowers or these plants do, right? A lot of healing element comes out of these plants, the communication element in these plants, even if some of them you don't eat them, but in magic or practice and plant practice, there's a lot of mental healing in this. I tell you what, because you're talking to the plants, you're building bonds with the plants, you're developing a loving relationship, which is why it's like I wrote on this one, falling in love even with the most poisonous, and the snake, it's an Egyptian cobra, and it's not no rattler, that would have fit it in a way, but it didn't fit me. It didn't fit the expressive teachings that I wanted to teach with it. And the Egyptian cobra somehow does and do, because for me, that's what I see as the Kundalini energy is the Egyptian cobra. It's white. It's, that is its energy for me. So, yeah, that's what that mirror imaging comes from, and this love. And so it's going to be very scary, I feel. But it so I feel there's this coming out of non-action. I see this non-action here, and that's the completion of the energy of non-action. So we have 5, 56, and 55. That was so cool. Okay, so we have the completion of the door with this 5 and the inner, this higher calling, and then with the obstacles, it's 56. The obstacles, the wall you're breaking down with the 56, and then the 55. That doorway, in a way, like closing one door and then like just stepping through. It's almost like this light at the tunnel, but to me, it's like this gate you opened up. It's I really feel it's allowing yourself to enter into this new world, a whole new world. Yes. That is so cool. You're allowing yourself to enter into this new world. I feel like for some of you, it's like you're envisioning yourself on that magic carpet, like going into this new world. You're like, hell yeah, I'm a diamond. I'm the diamond in the rough. Okay, so, Christian, please don't do that. Thank you. Starting to make me very nervous. Sometimes I'm like, okay. I don't know. It's like he's getting so overly excited about whatever he's doing or whatever he's watching, and then he'll just like scream into a pillow, and I'm like, okay, that's expressive, it's healthy expressive, but then he starts doing it too much, and I'm like, okay, that's just going to take a wear and tear on your body, not too much. Like, I'm all down with being, expressive, but you gotta be easy on yourself too, I say. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. What a very pleasant reading. I have to go pee, so I don't want to close out too early, so I may just go to the restroom and say thank you for your patience. Like, for sure. Yeah, because I really have to go. So, yeah, thank you for your patience. Okay. Oh, that works. Thank you. Y'all are awesome. Okay, so. So, for some of you, wow, my whole screen just went. Okay. Some of you, some of you that are feminines, you're very aware. Your intuition, your gifts are like seriously on point right now. Yeah, I wish it would just go away. Oh my. Anyway. Well, I joke on my own spit. Holy cow. Okay. Very on point. Very. Okay. Yeah. Listening with your heart. That's awesome. So there is a very heavy, powerful energy of like heartfelt emotions and just uh wow, yeah, the huge opening up of conscious awareness, I would say, on both ends, and their sanctuary in themselves, and listening with your heart, because you have hidden energy here, the attentive and awareness, conscious awareness, listening with your heart in the sanctuary, this gestation period in the self. That's very, 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 very impressive. Really good. Okay, here we go. And then we have listening within, bravery of the heart, fortitude, and accountability, I would say, in one's heart. Brave fortitude and moving forward in one's own energy of leadership, it looks like. That's damn. Look at that. Okay, so we're going to put this, yeah, okay, this grief and mourning energy over here, and this is the extra add-on over here. Okay. Huh. Courage to step into life as the locked away child. Wow, yeah. Serious completion for the masculine. Masculines, y'all are the one that's completing this emotional lock away. I feel like keeping yourself caged in your own cage because of emotional vulnerabilities that's been coming up to the surface. Stillness and harmony. There's some sort of listening and some sort of surprise. Um, Listening, the stillness. This is coming out of this stillness period. Yeah, coming out of a stillness period. The now, fearful anticipation about optimism and irresistible urge. So there could be this a fear of danger and losing oneself. That's the truth here when it comes to allowing oneself to enter into their childlike sense of that. Y'all, man, y'all be judging y'all's childlike nature here a little much. Like the joy to be able to just live life, to live. I mean, there's so much worry and fear here, but you recognize the wisdom in this, and that's the wall. You recognize the wisdom, but some of you, there's some sort of addiction here in recognition and wisdom. There's an acceptance tied to this wall here. Recognition of wall, speaker of truth, this acceptance in this truth of oneself, and this what discovery, resilientness, resourcefulness, the feminine feeling, discovery in oneself. Well, also this could be opening up, this blossoming, yeah, with this lack of forgiveness here, boundaries, letting go of holding back possibly, and then really opening up. If your flowers are opening up to be able to be more feminine like in balancing out your masculine energy. Look at that, yeah, because this is possibility for union and action, strength, the Lord of the Forest. So we have the Lady of the Forest, and the Lord of the Forest here. So this is definitely bridging those two together. Some of you, this is bridging your masculine energy and your feminine energy. And some of you, this is your new gateway, union. Masculine taking action in union, and then the blossoming of both of them coming together through the perseverance, through everything. I mean, that's just amazing. So some of you masculines are really going to be taking action. That's cool. Recreating the legacy, having the bold, there's an ending, or evolving from an ending into a new beginning, recreating and being new, re-remembering. Some of you, this is re-remembering your past, or re-remembering a specific contract tied to the Lady of the Unicorns, magical connections. It looks like a masculine's really going to take action towards someone for reals. The art of love, that's what's resonating here majorly. This feels like communication in the art of love. This could be appreciation in the art of love that your feminine gave you. I can for real see that. And transmutating out of the pain of that it's fake, it's not real, that it's not forever lasting. It's coming out of that. That is weird. That's what kept y'all. Wow, yeah, the abandonment, healing abandonment energy. Wow, for some of you this is very heavily healing heartless love, transmutating this pain of abandonment and liberating yourself and surrendering into the emotional vulnerabilities. This was very hard for me to do. It was very deteriorating because of the fear of rejection. But mine was like rejection without communication, but then not rejection in an energy field. So it was very kind of wishy-washy. It was very like illusionified, but then it was like the truth, but then it was like my heart says one thing, but everything points to one other thing. So then it's like you literally have a blindfold and walking forward, not knowing what the heck is going to happen until like you finally, like, you don't just feel released. You emotionally feel like released. Like when you really accept some of these things, and I mean, it's down to possibly, for some of you, it's going to be something simple. But emotionally hits you hard. Like for a very slither of you, it's going to be possibly about weed, especially if you have children. That is one of the emotional vulnerabilities that is asking to be faced. That was a big one when it came to me too. Like, how could I feel so strongly about marijuana and the calming effects and how it helps this and how it helps that, but yet it's looked at such like a blasphemy thing, you know? And it was hard for me to accept that as a part of me. I was like, oh, it could be damaging in this area, it could be hinderful in this area, you know? And it was a disowning of myself, because for me, it's like, I don't see any problems with taking care of your children and doing, your whole household's getting taken care of with who you naturally are, whether I was smoking or not. This is my situation. I'm not in this situation just because I smoke. There's a difference between, I feel, addiction or being a drug addict than someone that literally uses a plant to, relieve themselves of anxiety than to take a pill that really takes them more out of their natural self than possibly a plant does. Okay. And so that was a really hard one for me to face, because it was like, I felt like, they imprint on you. The image imprints on you. Even DCF will take you, if they even get any wind of anything like that, they're like, oh, rule is, that's a drug, that's what it is, and it's just like, I am taking care of my everyday living stuff. Honestly, I feel like my son would be emotionally damaged more if you were to take him out of my life, or if you were to put him back in a situation where he was in. This would not be helping the child. This would be taking from the child. So I don't feel, y'all's reasoning for the fact that, oh, this is the betterment. If I was a drug addict and I couldn't do nothing and I couldn't do nothing for my son. Hold on. I think I'm teaching emotional vulnerability on camera. So I have a lot of other things backing me up that, I am the way I am. But just because I do that doesn't mean I'm some sort of addict. Like there's a difference between an addict and someone that, maybe drinks a glass of wine every now and then. That doesn't make you an alcoholic. That just, you take time, like men. Okay, I'm not opposed to a beer, so after you get off work or whatever, or to hang out in the back when it comes to a bonfire, chilling out. Now, when it comes to buying in a 24 case and you're slanting them like back to back, and that's what you do every night just to relax, that, there's addiction, and then there's overdoing it, and then there's enjoying the pleasures of life. Okay, so yeah, it's a sense of a poison. We're poisoning ourselves, but there is definitely a line when it comes to overdoing it and just enjoying life. I really honestly feel that there is a heavy thumb put on us that it's not okay to enjoy life, and then, but yet it's okay to fall, to fall emotionally, and then we get babied because we emotionally fall. And so you use that as a reason why it's okay, because you're emotionally falling, and then now it becomes a codependency. That is when it became an addiction, not before then. Okay. And that's that self-love. That's that self-harmonizing. That is that self-balance. So there's a lot of things that I've seen when it comes to California, these parents still getting their kids taken away. Now, if their kid is malnourished, hasn't been taken care of, okay, well, then I agree with y'all. But that has nothing to do with what they're doing. It has everything to do with their mental state, or possibly their emotional state, and the things that they've went through. So instead of just taking someone's child and ripping them out of their lives, how about you help them get counseling? Because you know how hard it is to actually get good free counseling. It's almost impossible. Okay. And this is one of the things that you want to sit here and say, why this, why that? When it comes to our government, and we're trying to fix this, but you people this, you people this. This is exactly what I'm feeling like is coming from our government, is us people this. And it's like, oh, well, I thought we were the United States. And now you just want to sit here and go like this and look at all these fingers pointing back at you, and y'all are the ones running this shit. So who does it look bad on more? Is it us, or is it actually y'all? Just saying, this is exactly why, I do my videos, but I for sure take time that I need to take for myself, okay? Because I know I promised y'all that I'd be doing a video every time on the 13th. I love y'all, but that is my favorite number, and so it is my favorite day, and if I want to take that day and time on myself, I can do that. Same goes for y'all. Same goes for all of y'all. Yeah, things get hard. Oh, best believe things get hard. I don't have a 9-to-5 job, nor am I popular enough on YouTube to be getting readings backing me up. You have to have almost 20K or 10K subscribers to be getting readings like that. I see Fairy Moon Terror, she's at 10K, and she only is backed up about a week in readings here and there. I've seen it had to have been 20, 30, up to 90K that get month-backed readings. So obviously I'm not there yet. So I have all the time in the world. And so it's really good because it helps me to keep a beautiful balance in my self-care and my feeling the need to work. It works out a lot of feeling the need to do it for other people instead of just doing it for myself, because this is just what I do. So, I'm a stay-at-home mom and I have the time, and why not? So I have to talk to myself about that. Best believe that. Damn. Okay, I feel like this is healing, not whitewashing, but wishy-washing. The wishy-washing decision. And not really knowing what move to make, what to say. This is like, you have everything for you. This is really talking about a message, yo. Like, this is like for real. Shapeshifter, allowing yourself to shapeshift. Okay, this is allowing yourself to just see yourself and be naturally. Allow yourself to keep being naturally that new form self. It's not a lie. And some of you are like, that's not really how I truly am, so it'd be lying to myself. Is it really? Or is that how you're building and you're working at yourself and practicing to be that higher essence of yourself? That is your higher self. So to neglect that person that does want to be more emotionally grounded, that holds certain things back, but then takes the time to reanalyze it in your head in the words that you may allow yourself to express it, allow yourself that time and that quietness to calm down all the emotional upheaval that happens when you think about it, or when you go to speak, the anxiety that starts freaking out, just smoke a joint and then you be good. You be talking easily. For real. Have you ever seen any videos of people that having Parkinson's and then they smoke a joint and there's so much, they're fine. For some people it doesn't work that way, but for some people it sure enough does, so it's like, why deny people that right? It's not like, and alcohol is illegal, but yet, there's a lot of drunk driving going on and people getting killed by drunk drivers. But it's okay for that to be legal. I don't hear that very often when it comes to, we found this person driving and then in a car crash and just some weed. If there was weed, there was definitely, maybe they were on something else. So more than likely it was not just weed. No, but you can hear it all the time when it comes to alcohol. But that's legal, it's like, sometimes I wonder if our own government is like, you are not allowed to be happy. Anything you can think of to do to be happy, we'll just make it illegal. And it's just like, this feels very backwards to me. See, so this is having all of the wisdom, this is the magician card. So you have all access to this, either the message in the self, the being able to take action relating to the self, and then this, the wild card towards your wild card. Some of you have been hanging on to this wild card. You probably didn't have a lot of knowledge. It was there. It was subconscious, okay? So conscious knowledge that it was there, and that it was like a danger to use this wild card. So that was, I feel, a heavy destined direction, and this is to help the art of the love with the self. So I feel like this wild card is tied to the disowning of the self and the understanding and the disowning of the self, and certain possibly understandings in addiction, dangers and emotional vulnerability, balancing, forgiving energy when it comes to a lot of this. I just moved that up there. Okay, So I apparently want it this way. So the true magic is in the shifting of the mind, I feel. There's some sort of also receiving of help when it comes to visions, perspectives, and understanding in the self. So I can see that here too, but there is possibly best intention, self-deception, and fixing the self-deception when it comes to reconciliations, time of loss, grief, and mourning. So this Five of Cups energy, the grief, the emotional grief. Okay. And for some of you, when it comes to matters of your heart, you were whitewashing the crap out of your feelings for someone very specifically. The inaction in this, they're like your unicorn, like you couldn't have made the list any longer. She's the one that makes the list longer. You see what I'm saying? So it's like they hit everything you would have listed, even your shits for giggles list that you would listed hits every one of them, and then they make the list longer. Because if you were to try to, in a sense, create a 10 of cups, this person would be what you would idealize it of. Okay, this would be the unicorn, and this would be your unicorn. So maybe whatever you wouldn't want from this, you would, it would be the add-on type of energy. This person makes it add-ons, and so you would want to find someone that hits everything and creates add-ons. It's like it's completely different, because we were led to believe that you can make a list and you'd have to basically take the best catch, that not everyone's going to make the list type of energy. The list is it's impossible. Well, everything's impossible until someone does it. So it's like, that I have seen people where they have expressed their person to be the list and more, and feel it. Not like they're just saying it, but like feel it. You can feel it if someone really feels that way towards someone, and you can feel it when it's just said. You can see when it's just said. You can see the actions, the little details and things. With someone that really feels it, their attention is not on a picture being taken. Their attention is towards that person. Like, I want to take a picture of the energy, of the look of that, towards that. So you don't just take a picture to go take a picture. No, it's much different than that. And you can see it, and it. You'll see it and know it in yourself too. So don't try to fool yourself when you think you're fooling yourself. That's that second thinking. It was really hard to figure out where second thinking really was. It's interesting. Second thinking is literally, like, it's very pronounced second thinking. When they say your first thought is usually what you truly feel. It really is. Your first feelings and thought towards something is usually more true than thinking through certain things. But we do think through certain things, and it's always better to think through certain things instead of just jumping on a whim when it comes to emotions, when it comes to actions in your life. So that's when it definitely is, and more important on the flip side. So for some reason, I just want to pull out some unicorns and see what we get here. Slowing down. Rhinoceros. You cannot play a nay card. This is definitely going through getting out of that self-rejection. Yeah, coming out of that self-rejection, allowing oneself, wow, change in luck, to like be a unicorn. This is the annoying unicorn. but like it's that luck through that self-rejection into allowing yourself to be whatever annoying unicorn you may be and loving it. It's like allowing your true self, even if you were a child. Like if you were a child and you weren't conditioned or had to believe certain things were wrong to do or not as polite or mature as an adult, or that's not the adult thing to do. You were just this. That is that authentic self, but then you can fine tune that annoying part of yourself out, but not completely disregarding it, it's fine tuning those parts of you, because as much as other people thought they were annoying, those that matter won't mind. They may actually find it very cute. So this was one of those very hard things that, this is the Magician card. You already are and have all what you need inside of yourself to illuminate this element of yourself, and to emotionally liberate yourself out of this cage, okay? You have the Dark Angel here and target on destruction, and I feel the destruction of this outlook you have of yourself. Like I feel like you have this harsh, horrible outlook, okay? And it's only a protection outlook, but you're realizing you don't need it anymore, okay? It's targeted, you're going to destroy it. And then you're going to rise up from the ashes here. Wow, look at that. Slow down. Rise up from the ashes here. And you cannot play an A card, so it surprises. I feel like delays. I feel like that's what this is telling me. Delays are over. The delays are going to be broken down because the lesson is being learned. So it's not just whoever was creating delays for you. Those were being done and realized by the other person because subconsciously you wanted them there, because you had another lesson to go through, and you were not going to allow yourself to walk through that door without this lesson being learned. So not that these people were making delays for you. You created these people into your life in this contract to create these delays and walls, to break down your own walls. Like it really resonated with me when it came to say that when I heard a reading, it was a karmic reading, and the karmic basically said in the reading, I did all the dirty work. You're welcome. And it's just like, hell yeah, you did. And thank you. That's like all I could think about. And it's hard when I hear certain readers, just downing some of this information. It's like, if you flip side it, if you just take your perspective and shift it into a higher element, a higher self of thinking, and those of you that shifted that perspective, you're going to understand. It doesn't look negative. It's actually like, even though they're in their egotistical self, that's their natural self too. Like that, being confident, that is their level of their confidence with their self. They are very much in their own higher level, karmic level of energy and dynamic in this dynamic, because they're just as much the bull as you the bull, and you may be a sly bull, you may be a freaking fox bull, but that bull has good eyes. You know what I'm saying? So that bull that you've been dealing with, or possibly that red bull you've been dealing with, has been slamming you, and you've been turning around, your higher self been turning around saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And you're sitting here in your hands crying, going, why? Your higher self's about to tell you why. Like that's why we have this dark angel here. That's rising up from that dark angel energy. And then surprise on you, and then surprise. There's some serious hello surprise. Man, I'm seeing cats got someone's tongue about this shit, because it's real. It's true. I mean, I wouldn't be sitting here wasting my time if this shit wasn't true. And trust me, if some things weren't true, you best bet you're going to probably hear it from me first. If you've been watching me, you're definitely going to be hearing it from me first. Like, it's not all, exactly what these freaking cards are like. It's not all candy, cupcakes, and glitter. It's not. And this is why I love this deck, because it's like, this deck's not all candy, cupcakes, and glitter, even though it's some unicorns up in here. But we got, it is literally walking through hell and coming out, ruling that bitch, and all it is hell is just your dark night of your soul, so everyone comes out of their own hell and rules that bitch. So it is not impossible. Whenever I hear someone say, I'm going to rule hell, dude, yeah, you're going to rule hell. You're going to rule your own hell, and you're going to overmount and overcome. I was like, even if you don't have a higher wellness of an understanding, they truly do rule their hell. Like, if you fall in the pits of their hell, they rule over you every time, because you stepped in their domain. You didn't take them out of their own element and in your game. You stepped into their game. So you ain't gonna win. If you go and step into someone else's game, if anything, you're gonna fucking lose, no matter how strong you think you are against that person. That's why don't ever give anyone else your focus and attention unless it's building on something, unless it's worth, putting your focus and attention on it. Because are they going to be holding you back from something that needs your focus and attention, or is someone going to be grabbing your focus and attention and pulling you forward? Yeah, that's that self-love. That's that self-love in the people you have around you and the people who you talk to and allow yourself to have communication with, for sure. I thought I saw somebody. Holy shit. No kidding. Yeah, like this is like the Tower card, and this is extremely destructive unicorn. So someone's going to be pulling, full blown out their freaking hell and busting them through. Like, you don't just get this. And this fell sideways. So some of you are holding yourselves back. And it's like the block. It's the super nay. You can't nay this nay out. Like, this is the nay that, this is no. This is like, you can't get through, and then someone completely busts through. They knew there was no going around this wall, and you bust through this freaking wall, okay? And, you got this glitter bomb here, this retargeting glitter bomb, chainsaw unicorn, basic unicorn glitter bomb. Holy cow. Okay. Some of you, yeah, you probably, there's this redirection your feminine's going through with this in autumn time. And then some sort of glitter bomb, a sudden surprise. In this, your feminine has this chainsaw. So it looks like a cutting of a tie here. Looks like the feminine might be cutting their losses, basically, is what I'm seeing here, and pushing forward. We'll get more when it comes to the tarot cards. All right, this masculine here. Okay, this is wisdom, recognition, and possibly someone's beauty. This masculine's in them is so in awe over this beauty here. Oh, wow. And again, this masculine got the rainbow aura. Like, this cannot be destroyed. The unicorn that cannot be destroyed with his sunglasses. Look at that. That is what's up. Becoming the unicorn that cannot be destroyed. No longer. You bust through. You accomplish coming out, reigning from hell, and you overcame that, became king, and then rised up into this life going, all right, what's next? With full on confidence, flaming out like Like, yeah, some flame on bullshit. Damn, with the glitter tornado. Going to create some freaking tower moments. Some of these are going to be seriously emotional because some of you are going to, out of the blue, like, just unload on your freaking feminine. For real, for real. I mean, some of you, there's a disconnect from one person and reconnecting with another. Strongly. Wow, how powerful. How beautiful. Blinding light. You were allowing yourself to, open back up in a way. This is what I'm seeing. Seeing yourself as beautiful and amazing as you truly are. Seeing the art of love in yourself without, having to see or know of your special talents, your special gift, because this is the blinding light, and it brings the magical, special powered unicorns down to a basic level of a unicorn. And I feel like you are loving your basic unicorn self, and then you're falling in love with the unicorn of yourself you created with the special powers. Okay? Yes. That's it. That was the message. That's so cool. And to clarify that, and there's a revealing about blank thievery. Like, just blank thievery. Someone's just straight up stealing shit from you. Huh. Yeah, well, whenever anyone steals from me, I just hope that, it helps them and doesn't tear down themselves, and with the understanding and knowing in themselves and about guilt and knowing that they're thievery. So, and I've given credit where credit's due for my own stuff. Fairy Moon Tarot, 369 Tarot, main ones I watch, and if I speak about anything I see in their videos, I say, I heard this from this person, and I heard this from this person. I'm seeing it in my cards too. That is the connection of spiritual strength and messages for all. That is not stealing anything from anyone. Just want to put that out there. But there is like some sort of blank thievery right here. Okay. And a lot of people are doing the masculine, feminine videos, and you know what? That's good. I'd much rather, because when I saw, it was so cool. I saw Fairy Moon Tarot. I do her masculine and feminine readings, and she did the screen on herself. So I was like, hey, look at that screen on her. I was like, that's new. That was cool. And then you can see the energy shift in her when she's doing the masculine reading. It wasn't as harsh. It wasn't as kind of like, I would, in my personal opinion, pointing a finger at a masculine. So it was a very beautiful expansion of her. That literally made my day, because to see the difference in the energy shift upon or with masculine energy in her readings, it was more comforting, it was more nurturing, more understanding. It was very beautiful. It was very beautiful. So anything like that, it doesn't matter, at least the message is getting sent out. I'll probably tag Fairy Moon Tarot in here in this video. But yeah, it's so cool to see her progress. Whenever, I was watching her, she only had like 100 like subscribers or whatnot. And then as it slowly started going up. Okay, so there's some sort of poison, whitewashing poison here, grief and a loss. And 2 for 1. Oh, this is mental poison. Yeah, this is mental poisoning. Beads are like so hot. That's what this one is. It's the beard unicorn. That's like, and it says beards is like so hot. So funny. So some of you, I feel like if you're a masculine, you're more than likely dealing with another masculine that's trying to like take 2 for 1 out of the equation for themselves, basically. And then they have another on the side. And they're going to be going through a hell of a lot of tower moments too. And you are probably going to be hearing wind about this or coming into communication in wind about this, because I see the rhinoceros, straight towards this person. I feel like even if you're a feminine, you may be whitewashing some things that this person's doing. They could be trying to put a wool over your eyes, and then being 7 of Swords. I feel 7 of Swords all in this with this person. It's red, so it could be a fire sign. Some of you, it's just someone that has a beard. And they're very narcissistic. And there's this element to them, even if they're not heightened enough to realize this themselves. There's just this element to them to where they're just not going to stop being narcissistic. They just are that, and that's just, they're not going to change it no matter who tries to tell it to them or show it to them. And I've experienced something like this. It's just like, you know what, there's no point in even trying to be some sort of ally or friend or whatnot, because it's just, it's still a game, and I don't want to sit here and keep playing no freaking game because I'm afraid of this, that, and another. Or I'm afraid of retaliation and this, that, and another. And it's just like locking myself in a cage that there's no point. There's no point, because it's like, you know what, if that happens, well, you know what, that's freaking life, and I've had to go through that and just say that's life, and then I've seen karma come back and go, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to say about that, and they actually come and tell me about some of this karmic and karma that they end up getting. I'm like, sounds like karma to me, it's like, and then they say, oh, I don't believe in it, and it's like, well, there could be an element of that being a lie. That's self-delusion. Okay. And then it gets to the point to where it's pointless entertainment, and then it becomes harmful because you're looking at it as entertainment, and that's not good. That's very sadistic. And so be careful about that energy of watching someone get their karma and then going, it's not authentic and loving with yourself. It really isn't. So, no, I feel like it's allowing yourself to know that, what goes around truly does come around. Doesn't matter how long it takes. I've seen it see myself go, really? For like years before I go, well, yep, there it is. Okay, yep. Oh, damn, yeah, there it is. So it just know, because if you get too lost and locked up into watching someone get their karma one right after another and then literally enjoy the stories, it's cycling yourself back up into another karmic dynamic with that person. And then it'll slap down right out on you, because then you'll start going through some things and someone be looking at you going, and it's not going to feel good. So, it's a double-edged sword. So be careful with that energy. I'm glad I saw it when I saw it, and then I ended it. I was just like, I see this. Okay. You don't know why, but you know what? Here we go. It's like, but I understand. As long as I understand, I'm happy. If I don't understand, I search and seek and seek and seek until I understand. Once I understand, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm good now. I'm good now. It's like, I just want to understand because it's like, I like understanding, and sometimes understanding sucks. And it's like, yeah, I understand. especially when it comes to matters of the heart and love. And it's just like, yeah, I understand. And sometimes it really sucks when it's like, yeah, I understand. And you have to like cut ties with someone and they will have no clue why, or they won't understand. And it's like, you have to understand, and understanding within yourself why. There's no trying to help that person to understand. That does not work. It creates fights. It creates people saying mean things on you, like, oh, see, you're not this, and this. And it's just like, I'm taking the time to sit here and help explain all of this to you, and this is not me being this. And it's just like, oh, okay, I get it. All right, there's no same page here, so okay, cool, bye. I was like, whatever. I have had to block some people that I try to express, and then I've seen it right then, and I'm like, okay, bye. And then block, and I'm just like, I wish I didn't have to do that, but damn. Sometimes I'm wondering if y'all souls are telling me, go, just block me, please, just block me. And I'm just like, I don't want to be that, but I guess if I have to. It's like, all right, sure. Out of love. Because I know in myself, I've wished that. And then ripped myself up, wondering why. If this isn't this and this isn't this, then why is this still here? Oh, okay. You want me to just completely eliminate myself? All right, that's what I'll do. And then the poison card comes out when it comes to 2 for 1. And then another person on another side, this third party type of energy. Mental poison. It's that mental poison, y'all. Which is good, because I'm glad I went through what I went through, because it helped me to learn a lot when it came to my own mental poison. So, oh man, someone's shaking it up with a baby black unicorn. This is cool, because to me, this is just like that nurturing that dark night of the self energy. I feel like this is, tiny stable. This is that nurturing of that self. And so it's allowing yourself to break free, break through, and then that self-love, nurture that poor wounded thing that just had to bust through that wall. Okay. So I feel like that's exactly what this is here. And that's your wild card, because you have here the clearing of the mind, which totally fit that unicorn oracle. Like Unicorn Oracle totally comes out. That's so cool. It came out last time in my reading too. So that's awesome, because I'm Oracle Unicorn, yo. That's what's up. That is so cool. So the clearing of that mind, and I talk a lot about this and how to do these things. So this is pretty wild. And this shakeup with this interesting help, and the sorcerer. The sorcerer energy. What? No kidding. I mean, look at. I mean, and it comes out like for real. That's some crazy ass stuff here. I mean, the sorcerer with this. I mean, what? But this is also cause and effect energy here when it comes to realizations, revealings, and this poison here. This feels like heavy mental poison, manipulation, to get someone to believe things about one person and like have a fully painted image of them as this person. And it's like, that's just a painted poison image that was fed to you by one mouth, and it's nothing in factual or reality. What is the real painting? It's the real painting with the energies and the time and the power energy cycle of that original artist. That's one of the things I love about pen, is you can feel and see and watch the buildup of energy when it comes to drawing in pen, because it takes so much time. It's so tedious. I mean, you take a pen and color or dot in every little piece of white. I know these flowers are white, but you obviously see how big this piece of paper is, right? And just take a pen. Plenty of pens, and when it comes to gel pens, y'all, if you draw with gel pens, you have to sit there and slap that ink down a lot. And every stroke, every dot through the whole thing, it takes a lot of time, and it is very tedious work. It's just, sometimes you're just sitting there in one spot. Okay, it's almost like going through Dark Night of the Soul, like, this vulnerable thing, and then cry, okay, heal, cry, okay, heal. Oh, get up, stretch, yeah, it's a lot like that to me. And what I love about pen is, when you make a mistake, it's never a mistake. You somehow add to it, you work it into the drawing, so it's the same thing as life. Whatever you did you feel like was a mistake, you work it in and you transmutate the pain, and it becomes your liberation, so it just heals more heart pain and resonatory in the emotional vulnerabilities. So the truth within, when it comes to that tiny stable, locking yourself into a cage, that's what this is here. Tiny stable, locking yourself into a cage, expand it, or let yourself out of that cage, be the whole world. The whole world is your quote unquote cage. So let's see. Some of you, there's a earth sign, target destroyed, or someone's keeping an eye on the earth sign. Wow, okay, we got double earth sign here. So we got the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. So, well, geez, there's this target destroyed, or someone sitting there possibly watching. A very nurturing feminine here. That is the energy I see from this. Growing their, allowing themselves to surrender into their emotions towards this person. Yeah, rising from the ashes is okay. Putting work into an offer or an opportunity, presenting an offer or an opportunity, and then really working extremely hard towards it. Can you please crack your door? Holy cow, it's like you're getting louder and louder and louder. Okay, caffeine overload. In this being guarded. Coming out of working on being guarded. No longer allowing yourself to just guard yourself from life. Like, holy cow. And this hidden energy is some sort of healing behind the scenes, fearful anticipation when it comes to just breaking through, breaking out. And I would say being released energy here. Breaking out from holding back and going into communication. Wow, that freaking nailed it right there. That's using the wild card. Breaking out from holding back and using, okay, that's not how it's laid out on here. That's how it laid out. Yeah, breaking out from holding back, opening into communication. And looks like there's communication about holding back. And base this selfie unicorn. Okay, so some of you masculines have been keeping an eye on your pictures. Look at your pictures a lot. love your pictures, and they're heartbroken over a decision in love. There's some heartbreak in a decision in love, a love offer coming in, cutting ties from juggling. There is a love offer coming in here, a decision to take action. This feels like a masculine is definitely just making the decision to take action. Healing, give and take energy. This could be communication about lack of give and take energy. Revealing of secrets of the past. Revealing of secrets of the past. I see this. And strength. Having strength, the glitter bomb here, and slow and steady process to win the race. Waiting for the right time, and then the Empress gets victory. You will have a change in luck when it comes to a fire sign. And this is a masculine fire sign. Fast communication tied to poison or tied to emotional balancing relating to a fire sign, and controlling energy here. 10 of Pentacles, justice on the 2 of Cups energy. This tiny stable energy here. Yeah, waiting for 1 ships to come in. So that just seems like non-action. Tiny stable, yeah, non-action in one's direction. This is reconciliation energy. Reunion. Manifesting reunion. That's the shakeup. Interesting hope in manifesting a reunion. Judgment and emotional balance tied to a Queen of Cups. And third-party energy, walking away from confusion and mental restraints when it comes to competition area or arguments, fighting energy. Heartless love here, liberation when it comes to abandonment energy and heartless love. 5 of Cups energy, we've been talking about 5 of Cups, walking away from 5 of Cups energy, this mourning energy. I would say walking towards 2 of Cups. Okay, a time of rest, walking towards a time of rest. This liberation, resonating, and then the art of love. Pick and choosing one's fight, giving up a fight in one area to take a new direction. And moving calmer waters. Yep, that's exactly what it was. Giving up a fight in one area to move to calmer waters. 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. There is emotional release about 10 of Swords energy relating to a work offer or a financial grounding offer. Working together, possibly in a opportunity, rising from the ashes, an opportunity rising from the ashes. This could be emotional news or emotional release about a job opportunity that possibly relating to 10 of Swords. So this could be a job loss energy here for some of you. Let's see. Is that all we need? I feel like that's it. Care. Okay, that's uprooted. So echoes of the heart, caring for the echoes of the heart, and then I feel like there's a huge move. Yeah, well, that illumination, new hope, and legacy towards the understanding in oneself what their building of their legacy for them is. whether you come into union with someone or not, what you would be building for and what would be the most gratifying, emotionally fulfilling thing for you to build for you to put your energy into, to focus on, no matter what the obstacles, it's worth it in your eyes. And we got the pelican. Message from the goddess. Yep, that's what that feels like to me. Masculine, holy cow, message of the goddess of a death to a situation and move into a message. Dude, that's trippy, because you don't just get no pelican. That's a feminine energy. And then this condor, masculine energy, which is interesting because me and my son on the 9th, new moon energy, I decided to make a Fae gift and to do a gift offering, a very big, powerful gift offering. And I figured the perfect time to have done it was on the new moon energy, or dark moon energy. I try to kind of figure out a balance into that, because my app says one thing, the calendar says another, and I just did it whenever I felt like it was the energy pool, that now is the time. And right towards the doorway to be able to get into the path to this nature trail, basically, there were freaking 6. I had to count. Of course I had to count. There were huge 6. I guess vultures? I don't even know. They were pure black. Their heads were even black. Like, they were black. I mean, they were obviously vultures, but they were freaking black. And there were 6 of them. And and they were all picking at this skin. I guess they already skinned the crap out of it. This squirrel that was on the ground, so they didn't fly off. I mean, this is the sidewalk, and then this was them, and there was a fence there, so it wasn't like they were walking too far away from us. They made us get off the sidewalk, and because it was like they were so big. I just was like over my son, like, and there was 6 of them. So I don't know. I don't know what they would have done. I mean, I feel like I seem a little big for them to go after, but my son's small, so like we were off the side of the grass, and I'm like over him, like cars coming this way, and the freaking staring at birds, and we're looking at them like, wow, they're so cool looking. I hope they stay over there, So like, it was freaking crazy. And then we weren't even able to get into the freaking path because we were swarmed and attacked, almost like a horror movie of freaking yellow flies. We were like, well, I guess that should have been our first clue. That was, oh my gosh. I ended up noticing a perfect spot on the way there anyway. And I was like, well, if. And it was not a matter of if, it was when you find out, you can't get to your spot, And so, and it was cool because it was completely different. That was like my Fae water element energy, where it is in the path of, the woods and stuff like that, the nature trail. And this one wasn't. It was on the way to it, but it was like, like, I guess the sewage entering or a stream, whatnot. But there was a bunch of bees everywhere at this, and I was like, oh wow, that is cool. Honestly, this is even perfect. This area won't be cleaned out as soon as possibly what I was thinking about and wanted to put it in. It would have been seen, probably would have been cleaned out. So I felt like that was much better anyway, because it was on the way back, and instead of giving up, I was like, no, I know of a spot, and I know this needs to be done now, or I wouldn't feel the need to do it now. I would have felt the need for it, I guess, whenever, winter comes back around and those freaking yellow flies aren't there. So, yeah, I would have felt that, and I didn't. Oh, so that was the story for the condors. That's what it was. I was like, why was I even talking about this? They were big. They were huge. They were crazy. So, yeah. And y'all got the condor, and to me, it was some sort of wild message because the fact there were 6 of them, I had to count. There was not 7, there was not 8, there was 6. That is of the past. That is death energy, past death energy, huge, big. To me, they were the image of a condor for maybe Florida because condors are definitely bigger, and they're not here in Florida, but that to me was like the condors of Florida. So I was like, whoa, like how much like death is there? That was pretty crazy. While they were freaking eating, they were watching us too. It was very weird. I mean, they were just like watching. We were watching too, but I was just like, wow, y'all are so cool. You're not like a regular vulture, like where they have, I guess, a little bit of red here, and they're not as dark. They're kind of like off white on the head. It looks like skin. No, they were freaking black. They were so cool. I didn't even want to take the time to get my phone out and something happened, when we were between cars and huge ass freaking birds. So I didn't even get my phone out to take pictures. I was just looking in awe and walking. It's just like, oh my gosh, it was so crazy. It was unbelievable. But anyway, number 12, care. Echoes of the heart. Wrap an invisible cloak of love around you and share your kind words with all. Take care in the words that you speak and choose, for they build your body and your life form. Feel the gentle wind that works your words of love to shape your life into beauty. All cultures and faiths speak of messengers, guiding spirits, all subservient to the universe. These voices are heard in your thoughts, but manifest most profoundly in your heart. And 25, illumination, and that was black, and then this is yellow. New hope. You enter this world with a birth cry, announcing your arrival. Then you spend the rest of this life with questions in search of answers. Where did I come from? Where am I going? Every sunrise illuminates where you have been, where you are, and the infinite possibilities before you. The earth is throbbing like a drum. A baby is born. Joy is born. Liquid melodies linger over the still waters of a pond, echoing the faint voices of women and the great mother in unison. Little one, you are blessed in beauty and light. May you be a newborn in many seasons of your life. Visit this deep blue pond often. It represents your emotions. What do you see? Can you name the emotion that pains you? Dive deeply into this phantom reflection and soothe your spirit. Your light is there, just on the other side of the shadow. Speak of it. That's so. That was heartwarming. That felt heartwarming. Aw. 27, Pelican. I am Pelican, the bridge of the head and the heart. I am careful observation. I am planning with room for negotiation. I am the skills you need to reach the goal at hand. I am unfettered determination. I am the use of team dynamics. Your outlook may be too heavy. Your viewpoint may be restricted. What you are requiring is a greater adaptability. I am the release of expectation. I am the effortless flow of one thing to another. Oh, sorry. I'm the effortless flow of one thing to another. I'm your need to let things unfold and take the best catch. You may have stepped into your own way. You may well be tripping over your own feet. Stay focused, but do not lose sight of the bigger picture. You will always find what you seek. You are positive and productive. You are effortless and quizzing. You are abundant in resources. You are pelican and condor. Number 5. Number 5 is the number of change, and this is the shaman of death. I'm like, what? I am Condor, the great alchemist with wings. I am the order of the cosmos. I am that which devours. When life perishes, I will remove it. If something has ceased to be, I will give it new form. I am the shaman of death and the soul of renewal. I am your lingering clue that something must go. You need to look at life from the shadows and see how everything connects. You must accept that many things are beyond human understanding. There is change, there is transformation, there is death. It is the alchemy of time and the way of the universe. I will not give you all the answers, but will offer circumstances to heighten what you already know. If it is my lessons you seek, look around. Death is everywhere, with the red dawn of metamorphosis close behind. Stop stop running from change and let something die its death. Stop lingering where there is no hope. Let life be renewed as it needs to. You are transforming, you are resurgence, you are acceptance, and you are condor. And then number 11. And that was on page 10, and then we're on number 11. It is on page 16. The Falcon. The Falcon. I am Falcon, the swiftness of change. I am the sun god, the solar emblem, and the renewal of fortitude. I am victory rising. I am the hunter, faster than anyone. I harness the power of quick action. Every flit of a feather alters the world somehow, so waste no opportunity. I am conquest. I am prophecy. I will lead you to your purpose. You have made great strides already, but I am here to take you further. I have given you the visions you asked for, and you are about to take flight. Take heed of the currents and dive in. Find your target and take uncompromising aim. I am the arrow that hits the mark and will steer you ahead if you allow it. Get away from the scenic route and plot your steps quickly. Many things lie ahead. You are forging ahead. You are spotting the prize. You are triumphant, and you are Falcon. Yeah. Which we see that here with that Empress. Yeah, this Empress and this victory card here. Yep. Victory over some sort of thievery and secrets I see here. And moving into a new gateway for yourself. Like a lot of abundant energy here. And a healing in Ten of Swords energy. Betrayal. Healing in some sort of betrayal. All right, there we go. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I'm OracleUnicorn. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Sharing, you never know who else I'll see this and to be able to help them as well. And I am making posters of my art, and I do take personal readings. So the information for that, if you would like a personal reading with me, is in the description box below. And I hope you'll have a wonderful day, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.